Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FTLG's third online extravaganza. Up now, we've got Dark Souls 3, any percent glitchless, ran by Danny and siegbruh. Take it away.
Hey guys, thanks for having us. I'm Danny. I'm a Dark Souls 3 speedrunner from Speed Souls, and so is my friend siegbruh. We're gonna showcase any percent glitchless, which is one of the most popular categories right now of Dark Souls 3. A really big popular category. So, it's our main category, I would say, for now. We're gonna do a RTA race, so I hope you enjoy.
And most interesting part, we'll do also two different routes, which is I will do not maybe the fastest route, but it will be some sort of a more beginner friendly. But eventually, times should be kind of equal, so they should be really close as well. Because this route is supposed to be more peachful, but at the same time, it can be considerably fast as well.
Yeah.
So you will see some differences during the run.
We will
So
try
yeah.
to point them out so you can realize what's actually going on. So whenever you're ready, we can do a countdown from 5.
Yep, so I'm guessing when this character selection screen goes, it's time
All right.
to start
Hey,
it.
you ready? 5,
Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Same. We'll definitely need it.
Yeah, Dark Souls is we make fun of it a lot because it's kind of a meme game. Like, you never know what to expect. We do have like lots of science behind I would say behind the strats and stuff, but sometimes bosses will like not follow the script. Or
Yeah, because
just
some of them
enemies.
usually was glitches you skip or AI freeze. Some of them, not every single of them, of course. It's like
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 basically, but those matter really much because, for example, in glitchless,
Don't forget about
we don't
Night
freeze
Shard.
Abyss Watchers, which is really important.
Yeah, this watch is
And
one of
this
the
fight
hardest
is,
bosses.
yeah, exactly, one of the hardest fights, and it's basically only in glitchless, but it's a really cool fight at the same time.
Mm-hmm. He
And
already
like even
took
the
a little
first boss,
detour.
Gandir can do some sort of funny RNG, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
So we start as a 5 hits to Gandir, and our main goal in first phase will be just to set up certain amount of hits. And with our starting weapon, which is Aztec, it will be 13. Then Gandir will try to change him to second phase. We'll do a slight transition while we are trying to do 2 charged R2s. And after that, we just finish him with 3 fire bombs.
Mm-hmm. On
He's
a
done.
real run, we would usually quit out here on the door, just keep the door animation to save in-game time. But since we are running on real time, we will not be doing that.
Exactly.
Going to the main menu takes like at least 10 seconds, I would say. So it's better to stay here on the door and just watch the 5-second animation.
Yeah, exactly. And these 3 leaderboards are based on in-game time, and well, while skipping all the animations, it just stops. So obviously it's better for leaderboards, but not for this marathon.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that will be different. We will try to point them out as we go through the run.
Yeah, but basically start and first 2 locations will be absolutely same. The only difference right now is that Danny didn't pick up Titanite Shard, which is some sort of a upgraded material for our future weapon will be. And
Yeah.
I pick up one before Gundyr. So I will need to have at least a bit more time to pick them all up, while Danny will just buy them.
Yeah, I
And Danny's
will go
performance
with
is sort of a harder strat.
less upgrades for the first couple of bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
So see, will take a little longer, but it will be a little safer. He'll probably catch up to me real quick because he's the world record holder for the category, so there's no issue there. But it should be like at least 1 minute difference at one point of the run.
Yeah, but at the same time, you catch up on those bosses where you pick up Titanite shards because, well, how it works, Danny just spends less time on upgrading materials, so he buys them later, while I will pick them up without, like, I will not need to buy them as well later and spend souls, but at the same time, I will catch up on those bosses when Danny spends a lot of time there.
We're gonna do our first
So-
little skip. It's a railing jump. A little parkour, you could call it. It's not that precise. Watch me miss it now that I said that it's not precise. Dummy.
Before
Yeah, there we
without.
go. Yeah, no, it's fine. The thing is that you can slide off the railing and the distance will basically kill you. So you can try to quit out on time, but that can mess up your death. So it will become a glitch. So many other runs just die here on this part. Also here on this little church, we usually quit out since it will teleport us to the entrance of the church, since it's a boss arena. The game doesn't like you saving your position inside of the boss arena. It just teleports you to the entrance. So we use that little boost on Glitchless.
Yeah, it saves not much time, but you have time for heal as well, so
Yeah.
you can heal yourself and get just teleported back.
Now we're going to
It's
the
kind of
first
convenient
boss,
and
which
saves
is
like just a couple of seconds.
this is a board of the Boreal Valley. You wanna do 8 hits first to make in transition.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Just stand behind him and he will not hit you.
Yeah,
at all.
mostly he should, and then he backstab. That's bad. Yeah, you don't want him to backstab right there, like that. Okay, he gave me the free RNG. That's good.
Backstab.
So I used a certain amount of hits to stagger him on the transition. So I don't have to deal much with his phase 2. On phase 2 he likes doing charges and going from one side of the arena to the other. You're sort of stuck there like following him or just dodging. So this is actually better.
At the same time, it's not really a safe strat because you need to get used to those attacks. Like,
Yeah.
Word in second phase, ironically, is one of the hardest bosses for early game because, well, each of his attacks staggers you for some reason, honestly. Like,
Yeah, his
no idea
hitbox
why.
are
Maybe it's
very
some sort of a
strange.
It's not like hitbox, I would say. It's like stomping or something. I don't know. Like, if we speak of, lore-wise or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, yeah,
I
me
don't like
neither,
this.
honestly, so have no idea. But yeah, speaking of that, game just decides to stagger you on each of his hits, and not even hits, but just him walking around, and that's not really cool. That's not really convenient. So you want to finish him as fast as you can in second phase. And here is the pretty much first difference of routes. Like Danny goes through Undead Settlement, which is our next location, immediately, while I need to go for some Titanite shards here on this area. And that's, I would say, one of the main differences in this run. Because here, there's like some Titanite shards that I need to make my weapon +3. And for Abyss Watchers, Danny will go with Short Sword, which is honestly a good option.
It's a good weapon.
But it will not be as peachy as beginner friendly, I would say.
Yeah, it's also a hard fight. The reach and the damage is not the best. But it's good for stagger. The stun that it has is pretty decent.
Here also I'll go for a small crystal lizard that allows you to get sharp gem, which is some sort of a upgrade material, but for infusion. And infusion gives you better scalings from your stats because Dark Souls 3 and as any Souls game basically has different attributes, and one of those attributes is Dex. And in our case, Dex will be the choice because it gives you lots of damage on Cellsar Twin Blades, which is a main weapon for speed.
We are also playing on patch 1.08, so we also get a little boost on damage from Bleed Resin, which was nerfed, I would say, quite a bit after this patch.
Yeah, not I would say by a bit, because, well, difference is that on some bosses it will never proc. Like how bleed works in DS3 is you need to stack up certain amount bleed with certain amount of hits, and after that it will proc. But basically on current patch you need way more hits, and on some bosses it will never proc even once, which is
Oof.
not really cool.
I did a little oopsie daisy here.
And that kind of allows you to use bleed everywhere on 108 patch, because it was really, really OP. While on current patch, you need to look for different sideways just to somehow kill bosses, because resin makes a huge difference. Obviously, depends on resistances. Like, for example, Ward, who was the second boss, is really weak to lightning. And that allows you to deal almost twice as much damage to him.
So we did receive a donation. Do I have some time?
Yes, go ahead.
Awesome. So Nick RP Green has donated $18 and says, "It's been an absolute pleasure participating this weekend. Huge props to all of the runners and staff, especially Corey and the sheer amount of time he's been awake through all of this. Hope you get a nice rest soon." And Nick, thank you very much for that donation, and I will be sleeping probably 12 plus hours after the event. Thank you.
Well
12
deserved.
plus hours stream feels good, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. And basically, our next step is we're gonna be visiting some funny swamps. And swamps is one of the most wanky areas, and with glitches, you can basically skip it.
You can skip the whole
completely.
thing, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but on glitchless, unfortunately, we need to go there, and that's really, really uncomfy location if we speak of that. Because, well, swamps have grooves, which are really annoying enemies that can follow you.
They try hard very much, yeah.
Yeah, all the way up, basically. And also, you need to pick up some upgraded materials there as well, so it takes approximately 2 minutes. And,
I already
we
picked
just
up
don't have any other choice.
the Ember to... I mean, the Pharaoh Call, which is what will let me infuse with the Sharp Gem. Which Sig already picked up on Settlement, and I will pick up in Catacombs later. And also, I got the Twin Blades.
Small time save for me.
Yeah.
Kinda. Because basically without infusion, Twin Blades will be absolutely useless. Like, it's an OP weapon, it's definitely, I would say, best weapon for DS3. But if we speak of only correct infusion and correct stats, so high dex and sharp infusion only. Because all other infusions are really bad. Like, even if we speak of strength infusion, because there is like two main stats for physical damage, strength and dexterity. And one of them is it just doesn't work on Twin Blades. Like, strength Twin Blades are really bad. Or then using RTA strats.
Yeah.
So the goal is on those swamps is to light 3 towers, like 3 firestone towers, and on each of them there is like, except first one, there's like a couple of grooves that you want to, exactly, that you want to avoid. On the first one you don't have anybody, but on the second one you have grooves in amount of 2, I guess, and on the third one you have 1 groove. And to avoid them, then you cast Spook, which hides your footsteps, and also allows you to survive fall damage, like almost any fall damage except lethal ones. But it works perfectly here because, well, main thing that we need to do here is just to hide our footsteps, so Bruce will not hear you.
What the? What, did you see that? Wow.
No, I honestly didn't.
Someone threw a donk pie at me and canceled my bone out.
Nice.
I guess. Like, what?
No, sometimes like you can get some memes like absolutely unexpected in Dark Souls 3. Like, for example, there is one meme that happens really, really rarely, But when you enter a fight, obviously entrance is blocked by a fog wall. Not only for you, but also for all the mobs and such. But what you get is sometimes one of the enemies can enter boss arena as well.
Oh yeah.
And that's really, really rare and also really, really memey because it looks funny.
Intended
But
gameplay.
I would not wish it to anybody, not gonna lie.
No, the intended experience. Holy.
Yeah, for real. I decided not to roll Gru, so I died. But it's not a big deal. Because I literally took Bonfire before, so...
Yeah, it's very
we don't
close
lose
to the
much time
bonfire
here. It's not a big deal at all, yeah. And we just pick up back our souls because we need them for some upgrades.
Yeah, that's the thing about this run, that the resources are very scarce. There's no like
Yeah.
an unrestricted run where you can like just dupe souls if you're missing currency to buy stuff or level up. Here, if you lose your souls, then it's basically a dead run.
Oh, it's not like a dead run, I would say, but it becomes really hard for a marathon.
Yeah, I mean not here,
For-
but like on.
Yeah, for
late game,
actual
for
speedruns,
example.
yes, it's absolutely dead completely. Like you just reset.
I'm gonna quit out here. Like I'm not risking it.
Because as it- and
There's
then
like
he
4
said
Grus
correctly.
here.
Yeah, as Danny said correctly, resources are really, really limited, and you need to look for all different ways how to somehow upgrade your weapon and get, like, for example, resins or something like that. So, yeah. Without souls, that's basically rip. Okay, and finally I'm on my way to +3 Twin Blade. Well, Danny's already at a boss fight, so as you can see, that's the main difference in this route. So Danny he's already fighting boss, while I'll be only upgrading my weapons.
My damage is not bad, I would say, but like his damage will be insane. Here you go. That's decent phase 1, I'll take it. I also upgraded a little bit of vigor, so I'm not gonna do a skip that needs vigor for the lineup that I use. I'll take that. That was
Absolutely, for
very
sure,
clean.
one of the hardest fights in the run. I would say maybe the hardest one, especially because if you die to Watchers, you don't have a second chance like it was before. Problem is that you have by this time only 1 gold pine resin, which applies lightning on your right-hand weapon. And it's limited by amount of 1, obviously, so you won't be able to use it once again if you die. So that means you will have twice as less damage on Watchers, which is incredibly bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you make the fight twice as long, and that's very scary, honestly. Very, very scary.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
and so
here
Danny
in
right now
Catacombs
goes
we have a lot
for
of
Sharp
scary
Gem.
enemies too. Yeah, this is the Sharp Gem. And it's guarded by a Karthus, what's it called, Sig?
I don't remember, honestly. Karthus Warriors, maybe. Guys who throw kukris, basically.
Yeah,
Which are really,
as
really
you
annoying,
saw,
honestly.
he hit me for half of my health. One more hit and I will be dead, so it's very, very scary here. They also make you bleed. If they hit you like with the little knives, you will do a percentage damage. You will get a bleed proc. Oh, it's not good. I haven't picked this ring in a while.
You want to pick up Milk Ring?
Yeah, I picked it up already.
I see. So then you pick up Milk Ring, which is some sort of a peach option, but it allows you to get comfy stats. Milk Ring is some sort of a free levels for your vigor, because it gives you 3 decks.
Wow.
And that means you can spend some of your levels into vigor.
So this was really, really bad.
So you don't lose your damage while taken a bit more HP, which is nice.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm alive right now.
Did I try fan skip, Danny?
Yeah, I will go back to show the skip.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I'll try to do that skip right now on the stream. So this is fan skip, and that's a pretty funny skip, but it's quite precise. It looks quite simple. Just
It looks
wiggle.
like you just wiggle, yeah.
Yeah, but it actually has certain inputs and lineups. So, oh my god, instant fan skip.
Nice.
Such a legend. So yeah, speaking of that, it's not really easy skip at all, and to make it
saves
consistent.
only not that much, so that's
yeah. In best performance is like approximately 15 seconds, which is honestly a lot, but as I said, only in best performance. And if you don't use, for example, quit out from game, with quit out, it will be maximum 10 seconds, I would say. So the skip is cool, but at the same time, it's quite hard to get it consistently.
I died to Walner, dude.
It's fine.
That's
fine.
unfortunate. I
How
did
many
get
bundles do
the.
you have?
I have one.
One. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just use it for, I don't know, second bracelet or third bracelet maybe. The main problem is from Danny that he has limited bundles, and bundles give you a lot of fire damage for a certain period of time, which allows you to kill Volnir, who is weak to fire, way more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So second try for Danny will be much harder.
Yeah, he will be woken up also.
I woken up, it's fine. It's not a big deal, honestly. And so after Volnir, we go to Firelink Shrine again, but this time we take this bonfire. But we don't have an access right now to next area, so we need to go back and kill 2 bosses more, which will give us an item that allows us to have an access to Irisol.
I thought there was an ember here. Mistaken then.
And we buy here 3 Cartus Rouge and 3 bones. And then you don't need anything here. Just go for Dex. I wonder how many levels will I have. No idea, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, I have literally 13 Vigor, 33 Dex without Milk Ring. Nice. And now we go back to Crucifixion Wood. So we needed to buy at this point only Cartus Rouge, which is Bleed Resin, 5 Homeward Bones, so it will allow us to travel more effectively. So you don't need to each time light bonfire and warp to a certain bonfire by yourself, because it's slower. Like kindling bonfires is really slow compared to just bone out. And we got some dex levels, which allows us to get cool damage. And basically this test of damage will be right now on Crystal Sage. Crystal Sage is a pretty scripted boss, pretty gimmick boss I would say, but sometimes it can give you a really cool pattern that is called Soul Mass. Like usually Crystal Sage teleports once you deal damage to him, but sometimes you can one cycle, and that's called Soul Mass. Because some crystal, I don't know, missiles appear on, like, around Crystal Sage, and you can just one cycle him. And with Karm Bleed, it's really, really easy. But if you don't have a Soul Mass, it's usually 2 cycle. And
Okay.
so we move on next area. How's Volnir, Danny?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, nice.
Not that bad. I didn't know how many hits I had to do with this, like without the bundles.
Yeah, it's usually twice as much, which is a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, it was not quite twice. A little less, I would say. I think it
That's
was
acceptable.
14 hits.
And our next area will be Cathedral of the Deep. It's not hard area. I would say for a first playthrough it is. I remember struggling with it a lot while having funny casual playthrough days. But at the same time, speedrun-wise, it's quite easy to run through. And, well, boss is not really hard, but it's honestly really annoying. And this boss literally has a key item that allows us to go to Iritil, which is next location.
It's like a
And it's really...
like a
Yeah,
ID pass to go to Iritil.
Yeah, for real. Something like that. And also the location is really long. It's like approximately 4-minute segment, including boss fight, of course. So first of all, like we need to run through a courtyard. It's like some sort of outside of a cathedral, and it has lots of kind of winky enemies. But inside of a cathedral, usually it's way more chill. There's just one funny giant that can throw some poop at you. And, well, you better dodge it because damage is quite
hard,
high,
yeah.
not gonna lie. Yeah. Not like it's dangerous, but it will hit you for half of a HP, which is not comfy at all. First of all, we need to avoid some hollows.
Have soul mask? Did you showcase soul mask, or you had?
No, I had just regular one.
All right, so this is soul mask. You basically can just wail on him. He won't teleport until he releases all the spells. I'm referring to it as he or she because I confused them. There are two twins. One is supposed to be a girl, the other is supposed to be a guy.
Just Crystal Sage. Oh,
It's
wow.
a Crystal
That's all.
Sage, yeah. There's one in
Yeah.
late game that it's like, oh no, they're twins, but it's just an excuse to just reuse them, the same
Like
boss
a
late game.
version on steroids,
Yeah.
depending on damage. Yeah. And so here is pretty much Cathedral from inside. It has way less enemies that can hit you somehow. It has already some small deacons, but those are just regular enemies. And next thing that is incredibly important in this run, basically huge source of damage, is Lloyd's Ring. Lloyd's Sword Ring. It's a small ring that allows you to get 10% of extra damage while your HP is at full. And it's not really hard to reach, well, obviously, because just heal and that's all. You have full HP. It's not really hard to set it up. But at the same time, damage boost is really, really comfy, and it allows you to save some hits on bosses, which makes some late game fights a bit easier. Shout out to Dragon Slayer Armor.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Dragon Slayer Armor is one of the late game bosses that is really, really technical.
And he's
a
very, very
fight-
resistant to bleed. He isn't actually
I mean,
immune
he's
to
not
bleed.
resistant, he's immune. Yeah. He's immune, so you cannot rely on bleed and percentage-based damage. But so at the same time, Lloyd save you some hits. And well, time for a funny boss that I personally like very much.
I'm on my way. Give me 2 minutes.
Here is Deacon. It's really cool fight. Cool fight that's basically consists
a
of a
room
bunch of
full of
guys that
dudes.
try to try to catch red orb, and if they catch it, you should kill him. That's all. It's a really funny fight, FromSoft. Thank you very much. And you need to kill 5 of those deacons in the first phase. Come on, please stop pinballing me. And then after that, big guy will appear, and you need to kill him. And that's over. That will be over, I mean. Thank God Bleed somehow makes it a bit easier, so you don't need to spend that much time, but still Deacon's fight is really, really annoying. And there's really, really bad thing that you can do also at Deacon's fight. As you can see, I boned out quite fast, which was a bit risky. And problem is, if you bone out too fast,
You need to
there is a
fight
small
again.
chance that
Yeah.
you will need to do this fight again. So you need to be really careful with that. Which I didn't think about it because, well, usually delay between deaths and last hit is not really huge, so you don't think of actually delaying the warp with a homeward bone. But
we call
well,
that
it can happen.
early boner. When you use the Homer bone early.
Yeah, Swedish deacons basically, because our friend
Our
Fudge,
friend
who's from
Fudge had that
Sweden.
on ESA, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And well, if you bone out too fast, you will need to run 4-minute segment again, which is
Very concerning.
fun. Yeah, especially on marathon. So yeah, shout out to Fudge. And so because of deacons right now, we're entering Iritel. Iritel is incredibly beautiful, but at the same time, incredibly dangerous location, because enemies here are considered to be some sort of a like mid game, I guess, already. Like based on damage. And you have lots of Pontiff Knights here who are really spammy dudes, and also there is like 2 Fire Witches that are some sort of a, I don't know, pyromancy build, I would say. I don't know. They just try to attack you with fire trails and stuff like that, which can be really deadly and not comfy at all. Then he's having fun times with deacons.
Yeah, I love this boss dude so much. Holy, sure love my deacons. Okay, there you go.
Oh, you killed them already. Nice.
Yeah.
I still have a delay a bit on stream, so I'm watching like second phase, but yeah, nice. GG.
Thanks.
So our next boss will be Mr. Yorm the Giant. And as you can see, like before Yorm, you need to do a huge pass. Like you need to run through all the Iritel, and after that you need to go down the lake and roll there, because rolling through the lake is the kind of some sort of fastest way to go through. But this segment is huge. Like in Glitchless version, in Unrestricted, you just skip it. For example, in all bosses, I mean. You just skip it by doing Iritel skip. It's some sort of a jump over a fence that will lead you to out of bounds. And it allows you to skip the entire Iritel straight to the bonfire. And in my opinion, it's maybe one of the best glitches ever, honestly. It's so comfy. It's really too easy to do. You cannot die during it, and it skips a huge amount of time.
Yeah, it's one of the comfiest ones. It's really good.
Yeah,
you can do basically in every category except this one.
Yeah, except glitchless. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, but in glitchless you need to run through that, which is honestly kind of boring, not gonna lie.
Yeah, this part is not very entertaining, and it's kind of concerning too. Sometimes it can get out of hand really quickly.
Yeah, while already in Iritel Dungeon you have a bit more interesting part. Because here, what we need to do firstly, we need to get some Pale Pine Resin, which is actually a cure against DSA. So Dragon Slayer armor that will be in the end, because that guy is immune to bleed. So we need something else against him.
Oh my god, I'm dead. That was unfortunate. I was followed by the Pontiff Knight.
Did you die?
I think.
You
I
should
quit.
be fine.
I quit out, but like I'm not. Yeah, I died. Yeah, I quit out till the late. Well,
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, that was like I said, Iritel can get out of hand really quickly.
Yeah, like, Iritel is not really entertainment to run through,
there.
But it's dangerous as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to do double ladder skip right now, which is some sort of one of the 2 skips in the run. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
That allows you to skip 2 ladders. Well, which is
double ladder skip. I wonder why it's called
yeah,
that.
which is the reason why it's called like that. And it saves you, I guess, how much, Danny? Do you remember?
20 it's 20 seconds. Yeah, basically 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's not really that hard at all. But I do know quit out version, and that version considered to be a bit more risky because you have gargoyle on your tail. So yeah,
that's true.
It's not really as comfy, unfortunately, but it was fine. And now we have Yorm. Yorm is also a gimmick boss from like some people who played Eldring definitely know Rykard, who was a gimmick boss there. Well, Yorm is some sort of like that as well.
Rykard
You have a weapon that
1.0.
does, yeah, Elden Ring Megalo.
The Rykard
Yeah, so
beta.
basically, Yorm has a Storm Ruler under his throne, and that's the sword that allows you to charge it and release a shockwave that can 5-shot Yorm.
Okay, I had
So
the
it's a
same
pretty
thing
gimmick
again.
fight.
Like he followed again. I've never seen this. Literally, he never follows you here, and also got fire trail next to the guys with swords.
It's
Dude,
fine, man. You're
it
good.
is super cursed right now. Holy.
Yeah, it's a marathon luck. It's always like that.
Yeah. Feels a bad, man. Okay, but we made it through, I think.
Nice.
Unless the game says no. Like sometimes, like this game is just so silly. Like on all bosses where you use DLC, there's one meme that you can get. That is the licensed DLC meme, where the game will just tell you that you lack the license of the game and just kick you out. And it
Yeah.
doesn't care if you are on a fight or you're doing a skip or anything. Like it just kicks you out.
Yeah.
You're
And it doesn't
basically-
really matter if you
Yeah.
have bought it or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you actually like paid for your game. Like the game says no.
Yeah. And the funniest thing that if you just go back to the game, it disappears immediately. So it's like mandatory quit out.
Mhm.
But it's mostly painful because it can kick you out from a boss fight. And if it kicks you out from a boss fight, you need to do it all over again.
Especially a long boss fight like DLC, like Meteor, Gale,
Half-Light.
Half-Light.
Yeah, that's always funny. I mean, it's funny to witness, but not as a runner. Because it's always memey. But yeah, thank God, like here we don't have a DLC. Like
Yeah,
90%
on
glitchless
this
doesn't
patch.
require you to have DLC. No, I mean you have DLC on this patch, but not the second one.
Yeah, but I mean
So it
you can
never
still
happens.
get the meme if you're playing like on current patch.
Yeah.
Even
yeah,
if you're
of course.
doing any percent, the game still will ask you for DLC.
Yeah. So we're about to witness one more boss fight. It's Pontiff Sullivan, and that's also kind of an easy fight, honestly. It's some sort of a like a cake recipe, basically.
Like
Like
baking
you
a
apply
cake.
Kartos resin, run up to pre-last bench, save up stamina, parry shield, parry Pontiff once, repost. Wait until he wakes up a bit. 2 hits. Dodge. Parry again. And then you try to do 4 hits. And here we go. That was not really best Pontiff fight ever, because I kind of messed up with the second parry, but that's approximately how it should look like. And Pontiff is definitely one of the easiest bosses in this run, because, well, it's scripted, kind of.
It's scripted, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like, Jesus, you killed Pontiff and stuff like that, but no. It's just like 2 parries and he's dead.
People usually are like really impressed with the Pontiff kill on this run.
I would say overrating Pontiff. Like, Pontiff is definitely cool. I like his visual design and such. Stylistically, it's really nice boss, but... Well, parry shield is his nemesis, somehow. So, obviously, in speedrun, you're gonna use the best tool against some bosses. And, well, parry shield here is definitely the best version. The best option, I mean. And after that, we're on our way to Anor Londo, basically DS1 location. But before that, we need to upgrade our Twin Blades to +6, which will be last level of upgrade. Like, usually you can upgrade your weapon up to +10 in this game. Well, +6 will be more than enough in this run, because we have Bleed, and Bleed is percentage based. So you can skip some levels, they're just not needed.
Okay, time for my Yorm.
Plug Danny.
Thanks. Thanks, Miyazaki. I got stuck on the foot. That's stamina. Here we go. We have a stomp already. Classic. Just bait this one. I'm here. I'm gonna lure him to get out of those stairs. Like this.
Like, usually people take a risk on actual run and fight them on stairs, but it has some sort of a really bad hitboxes because this game is really well made, unfortunately. And you can miss just for no reason. Like, Stormlord will just miss its charge, which is really bad. Like, you don't want to have it.
Yeah, like the game probably thinks that one step just blocks the whole giant flashy anime move. Okay, that's not good.
Yeah, that's why Danny lures him out of stairs, so there will be 100% chance that he will not miss.
I'd rather take it safe. I already died too much. And I saw already a couple of memes that I've never seen, so I'm not taking any more chances like that.
Yeah, it's better not to risk. Especially, well, PB not marathon is almost impossible, unfortunately. Because, as we said in the beginning, it's in-game time based. And since we don't do any quit-outs, our PBs are absolutely unbeatable. Like, current top times are approximately 43 minutes. And I would say without quit-outs and such, you can get 44, 45 only, which is like 1 or 1.5 minutes behind. So taking, you know, peachy passing, like extra quit-outs just to get rid of enemies so you can survive somehow or just get more vigor is definitely not a bad option here at all. And you will take less risk. Especially in Glitchless, where you have quite strict economy of souls.
Yeah.
Where you cannot just get them back somehow. Here's Eldritch Fight. Eldritch Fight is scripted in the beginning. If you perform certain stamina and start walking on this white brick, Eldritch will do one of 3 scripted openers, which makes it kind of cool. And you can somehow trade with him, like I did right now. Then go second phase. And he should be dead because this attack is honestly not bad at all. Oh god, I almost died actually.
Oh no.
No, I played it safe and it was quite smart actually. But it's all good. Yeah, I definitely will take Bonfire after Dancer, because after Eldritch there is immediately second boss. Second boss will be Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Personally, one of my favorite bosses. Dancer is really cool. And obviously not because of her visual design, Lama. But honestly, yeah, she looks great, and the boss fight by itself is really nice because you can strafe lots of attacks. So I want to set up some sort of a stagger as well here. Setup will be on 8th hit. But Dancer transitions on 7th. And if you don't get stagger, it's not a big deal, but it will not allow me to kill her during spins. But it's not a big deal, as you can see, it's still quite easy fight. Which is, I would say, not scripted, but, you know, sorta consistent, if we can call it like that.
Yeah, it's one of like the most consistent bosses that you can get.
Like, time difference is usually
Because
2-3 seconds.
This guy
mostly.
was just wiggling here. It was super funny. Oh
Which
my
one?
God. Jon Snow.
Oh, yeah. Funny NPC. It's
Yeah.
AI.
AI, good AI. Yeah.
Yeah, AI in FromSoft games is really nice. Like, especially in DS3, I don't know. If it's not just jokes. It's unfortunately it's truth. Like, there is a boss in DLCs that is a big wolf, like Grave Tender. and it literally can just turn into a wall without any reason, completely. It will turn into a wall and go back to you. And
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
can explain
It
this.
will just run to the wall and do nothing.
Yeah. It looks really funny, but, well, it is weird, but it's Dark Souls. Like, more you play it, more you witness those memes, you know? So our next fight will be DSA, the one we were talking about before. DSA is the only boss in this run, I guess, except Word, of course. But from the moment we got Bleed, the only boss that doesn't bleed at all, except Yorm, but Yorm is killed differently. And so for this boss, we will use Pale Pan Resin. Pale Pan Resin allows you to get magic damage.
We picked that up on
So-
Irithil. It's
Yes.
completely like literally on the route. Like it's in a
You
room
don't
that you need
waste
to go through.
a single time except pickup time. So obviously, in all the situations, you want to pick it
You
up.
always want to pick that up. Yeah, that's true.
So we'll use Blossom before because you will need lots of stamina here. We'll go to this piece of grass here, apply resin, and now it's all about strafes. We need some cool attacks to be done. Then we set up transition, go around, do 2 more hits, 2 more hits after. And just kill him during stagger. And here we go. That's how DSA looks like. Pretty cool fight and honestly really, really technical one. The most important part of DSA is that you want to set up those attacks that you can strafe by going on a certain angle to DSA. So if you stand from a certain angle, DSA will do this attack only. And that's why it can be kind of complicated. I forgot to take Bonfire on Princess. I mean, on Grand Archives.
It's
I
fine. You're
guess
not
I
gonna
will-
die.
I mean,
Probably.
you never know. You never know, dude. Even though I have 13 vigor, somehow.
You don't. I'm not gonna tell you how much vigor I have.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty giga chat, so it's fine.
Yeah, look at this giant health bar. I've never seen so much health in my life, dude.
Yeah. But here is Archives. It's like some sort of a location directed by Michael Bay. Like, you know, you're running all the way through location and some sort of explosions, like visual effects and stuff like that is around you, but you don't touch anything, you just enjoy.
It lens flare.
Only if you match certain stamina, because if you don't, well, you can easily die.
Hey, who dies on archives?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody dies.
Couldn't
on
be me for
archives.
sure.
Yeah, listen, never in my life, not even once. Oh,
Yeah,
good opener.
listen.
Let's go.
So, yeah, basically like that. Archives is really cool location though. It's really it is considered as a late game location though. So enemies here deal huge damage as well. Like I have 13 vigor right now, which is not really high vigor, not gonna lie. So enemies here, for example, there was one guy with a flambridge, which is some sort of a huge sword. He can one-shot you with 13 vigor easily. Or some enemies like Gargoyle that will be chest right now can also deal you some sort of like 80% of damage. 80% of HP damage, so yeah. It's pretty fun. But key part here is that if you manage your stamina correctly, you will not experience any problems, jokes aside. So that's why learning all this stuff is really important. Because without having all those knowledge, runs can be really tight. Really, really tight. So we'll take safety elevator before Princess. Because a running section through archives is estimated by 2 minutes 30 seconds. Approximately.
And the answer is that was very fast. If I do say so myself.
Nice. Good stuff.
Hmm.
I will do no quit out on this door with
You
all the
are a
nights.
sick man.
I mean, I don't know.
So
I
what-
just want to have fun.
Yeah, what happens on... You just want to die so I catch up. That's what you want. So what happens on this area right here is that those knights can clip through you when you're opening the door. And it will basically, like, block you. So that's why we usually quit out there, because there's 4 knights right there. And you can get even blocked by 2.
Yeah, I just want to have some fun and see those knights trying, but they couldn't. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
And here we go. There is true glitchless way of killing princes, by the way. So that's called Frozen Princess. And basically how it works, I will show in the end, but that's how it works. Like right now, you line up yourself and you want to hit only brother on his back. So in second phase, this boss is absolutely different, as you can see. And there's like one small brother on the back of a big one. And as you can see, it's not an AI freeze at all. Because
He's
look at
active
this.
and looking for you.
Guy is literally trying to look up for you, and if you go too far,
Dude, this guy
here we go, he
shot a
awakes immediately.
bomb at me.
So that's approximately how Frozen Princess work. They just called like that only because, well, it looks like they're frozen. But if you just hit like that guy on the back, you will experience no problems and kill him like that. So that's not an AI freeze, it is basically stealth kill. And lots of people by mistake think that it's a glitch, but well, technically it's not, because there is a reasonable explanation in my opinion. And without knowing all those parts, it obviously looks a bit sus. So what we do as the last part, we need to... Okay, got you. We need to light all those fronts. I literally missed throne twice, dude.
I'll take that
We need to
DSA.
put all the ashes on thrones, and so we can activate the teleports to the last boss. But before that, should I get 30 vigor? Or 13?
30? Yeah, should go ahead.
No. I will not. Let's go with 13 vigor.
Did yourself, man.
Yeah,
The
I
man
know.
flexing right now. Insane.
Yeah, so on Soul of Cinder, usually people level up 30 vigor, approximately. You just want to invest all your souls into vigor, so fight will be way easier. Well, we will not, because, well, fight will be more interesting, in my opinion. And
I
more,
will do 50
more
vigor
tight.
or something, I don't know.
Yeah, 50 is nice. Soul of Cinder is really complicated fight, and this category especially.
Yeah, that's true.
Because,
Your
well, you don't
damage is
have
not the
damage
best.
at all.
On all bosses, you
Yeah.
have plus 10 Twin Blades, plus a couple extra rings, levels, and just overall a lot of more resources. So here, on all bosses, you basically fight no phase 2 at all.
Jesus Christ. He's just spamming, dude. Literally punishing me for not leveling up vigor.
Deserved.
Yeah. Feel like. I go second phase, he will do a transition, so we need to roll a blast. Do 3 hits after that, because it's gonna be more safe than 4 or 3.5. 4 slashes, then we run around a bit, so avoid second blast. And now go second phase. Second phase is not really like that hard. It's considered to be easier than the first one. But it has like some really wanky attacks, especially if Cinder decides to do kicks. So you can get some stored rolls, basically movements when you pressed an input, but game decides to do it like 2 or 1 second after you getting out of stagger. But yeah, that's it. So Soul of Cinder is that, and what we need to do is light bonfire. Here we go.
Nice, GG, sir. Very, very speedy.
49 minutes.
49 minutes with RTA and each.
Yeah, but I died. I died.
And
as
death,
well.
yeah. Pretty insane. I'm on my way to Princess right now, so forgive me if I'm chilling with all these mobs on the stairs.
It's fine, it's fine.
I'm not siegbruh, but I'm still not gonna quit out here. I do have a lot of vigor, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, it's like 4 of those knights hit really hard.
Oh, the
Really hard.
four of them are here. Don't go through. Please don't go through. He went through. Yep. He went through. Exactly what can go wrong went wrong, obviously.
Wait, did you die?
No. With all these people,
Oh
you don't
yeah,
die.
I oh god.
Look at this health. Ooh, holy.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, that was painful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
That was
unlucky,
painful,
but we'll take it. Whatever. Just, it's been a meme run so far, so.
But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. Like, I was trying to showcase some sort of a peach route that allows you to kill Watchers way easier than usually people should do. Because the only strat that is considered for Watchers that is some sort of optimal is Raw +1 short sword. But, well, there is like another strat. It's not like I created it or something. I used it from another category of runs. But try to somehow adjust it to speedruns, and well, from my own experience, I can say it's really, really peachy. And if I was a beginner, I would go for it for sure. Like Abyss Watchers fight is just one of the hardest ones, and I would say allows you to finish runs way more consistently. And well, basically finishing runs is what you want to do all the time, no matter how good or bad you are. Finishing runs is just really good in general. Unfortunately, the Dark Souls games are really reset heavy, speaking of speedruns.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Okay, nice, Danny.
Nice.
Phase 2 was actually sick.
Yeah,
Phase 1 was not really that good, but Phase 2 was sick. Then you have 4 minutes of estimate, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Run faster.
Sorry, I'm on my way.
No, it should be fine.
I died to Wolnir and I died to Irithil.
I mean, Volnir death is huge.
It was huge. It was so painful. I lost like 2 minutes on my way there again. Holy.
Nah, it's fine, it's fine. You're good, you're good.
Insane. Throne cancel and not here, obviously.
Like, Volnir death, as Danny mentioned, is really, really huge, and I absolutely agree with him. It's like one of the worst deaths you can get. It's maybe not as bad as Watcher's death, but it's still really bad because, well, in early game you don't have infinite resins, and as we said in the beginning, resins matter a lot, like
yeah.
really a lot.
Literally double the damage.
Yeah, they double your damage, and there is like one feature about bundles that you use on Volnir. They last only for 10 seconds each, but they give you like, oh god, I guess twice as more damage as resin gives you. So it's a lot, really a lot.
Yep.
And Volnir Death, it's not only just Volnir fight without bundles, but also Catacombs all the way up again. So it's a really painful one. But then should be fine here, like he has lots of vigor.
And the Elliot kid.
Yeah, and 2.5 minutes, sir. But you should be fine, as I said. The first phase is almost always about spamming Cinder. Like sometimes you can get better attacks that you can strafe, but usually Cinder will be just spamming a lot. And in any percent glitchless, it's really rare that he doesn't transition to any of the phases at all.
This is bad. I'm
Like
throwing.
he can,
Big help. I'm throwing. I'm dead.
you can summon me, dude.
I'll summon you. Leave your sign, please. I need it.
No, you're good. You're good. Relax. Relax. All good. All good. Just play it safe.
Drop me some
So-
levels, dude.
Yeah, so as you can see, Cinder changes his weapons, and there is like 4 options, and Danny honestly got pretty good ones. The worst one is Curved Sword. It's some sort of a dex build on Cinder,
Oh my
but
god.
with Scimitar. And then he got Magic Phase and Spear Phase, 2 phases that allow you to punish, only if you play well. Because Curved Sword is one of the hardest phases that doesn't allow you to punish Cinder like at all, completely. And it's really, really bad one. And in second phase, it's just Greatsword, 2-handed Greatsword with some lightning and sacks and grabs. And grab is really bad because it can almost instantly kill you. Even with a huge health bar because it deals quite a lot of damage.
Okay, he gave me the free win. Thanks, Cinder. Jeez, man.
Yeah, that was tight, dude.
Well, just underestimated. That is really concerning.
Nice, nice, nice.
There you go. I will lower the game's volume now because the credits for some reason are super loud.
Yeah, but there's cool music there, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's the final time, Danny?
I will open
Total final time 59:49.
59:49. Okay.
Nice.
So CJ stopped yours at 53:45.
Got you. Got you.
So here it's 54 in game time, Sig.
I see. So for me in game time it's 49, but yeah. Basically for marathon, as you can see, like even though we were doing RTA strats, in game time and real time differs a lot. Like for example, my time was 53 something, and in game time is 49. So
Yep.
it's 4 minutes difference, as you can see.
Yeah, it's
even
it's
if you
a
go
big
for
difference.
actual real time marathon strats, it still differs a lot. So yeah, kind of like that. That was DS3 in Glitchless.
Thank you so much for having us, guys, and good luck with the rest of the marathon. It's been a blast so far, and you guys are doing amazing. Congratulations on all the donations, and thanks everyone who's supported this great cause.
Yes, thank you so much to the both of you for being here. So up next, we've got Glitchless with Saga Frontier. So we'll be up with that very soon. Again, thank you so much. Anything you guys want to say, where they can find you? Anything else before we go?
If you guys want to learn a bit more about Dark Souls speedrun, you can go to speedsouls.com. You can join the Speed Souls Discord server where you can ask questions and get a little guidance on where to start, where to get your like starting files and mods and stuff. So yeah, well, we'll see you then. See you over there on speedsouls.com.
Thank you.
When sadness curls itself at the foot of your bed.
When grief finds home in the basement of your chest.
When your heart's garden swears it cannot grow here.
When the day feels too heavy, when the balcony is a thieving distraction.
When the drawers in the kitchen siren to you.
When the night is as heavy as an anchor and you cling to your own shore, remember, you are the ocean.
A single drop in a child's hand
That can hold up a ship when you make a mistake.
when you misstep or misspeak.
When you find yourself underneath the stains of your human.
Because you are human.
When the heavy of it all calls to you like a wailing animal.
Remember, there is nothing wrong with you.
There is everything significant about you.
From your shoulders to your shins.
From the galaxies in your irises
to the orchestra in your throat.
When the friends seem so few.
When the phone doesn't ring.
When it does, but you are too afraid to answer.
Too afraid you are too quiet or take up too much space. Remember, your name does not begin
or end
in silence.
Your story is not over. There are still chapters in this book.
There is still time to fall in love.
To fall out.
To shatter and mend.
To forgive and be forgiven. Keep reading. Crown your failures. Scream, I am worthy, until the stars collapse upon your brilliance.
No, if depression is the verse,
then hope is the chorus. Allow yourself to exist in this melody.
Even if the instrument of your body is tired of playing.
Self-love is not selfish. It is the mantra of someone who recognizes where they have been and where they need to go.
Find your love in the lake.
See how it ripples, how it continues. It is the earth's way of saying you are important, you are endless, be good to you.
Tell yourself, I deserve the keep.
I deserve to love and be loved. I deserve the whole show, the encore, the darkness that falls like a curtain, and the morning that will always follow. You will be the voice that sings behind you.
The receiving end of a phone call.
No, you are not alone.
No, you are not broken.
We will run forward to greet you, and together we will dance like wildfire because there is reason to celebrate. We will finally be.
I will see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.